In the depths where silence hums, lies the ether, pure and vast, a canvas void yet full of light, the primal breath, the first and last. Mind, the weaver of the light, turns the whisper into flame, shaping dreams from endless night where thought and matter find their name. Creation blooms, the dream unfurls, matter born from conscious will, a dance of stars, a weave of pearls, reality from thought distilled. But as the forms take shape and rise, they whisper back to mind once more, reflections in the endless skies, a cycle rich with ancient lore. Ether's breath, mind's gentle hand, together craft the worlds we see, in the dance where all things stand, the symphony of what must be.
Nassim Haramein is not your typical physicist. With a blend of visionary thinking and unyielding curiosity, he has emerged as a controversial yet compelling figure in the world of theoretical physics. Haramein's journey began far from the hallowed halls of academia, fueled by a deep fascination with the mysteries of the universe that has driven him to challenge conventional scientific paradigms. His theories, often described as radical or even heretical by mainstream scientists, offer a bold reimagining of the cosmos, one that bridges ancient wisdom with cutting-edge physics. A journey marked by an insatiable desire to understand the universe's underlying structure, his quest led him to study a wide array of disciplines, from quantum mechanics and cosmology to sacred geometry and consciousness. Unlike many in his field, Haramein draws not just from scientific research, but also from spiritual and philosophical traditions, weaving them into a cohesive vision of reality. Perhaps most famous for his theory of the Schwarzschild proton, where he postulates that protons behave like miniature black holes, Haramein has consistently pushed the boundaries of what we understand about the fabric of space, time, and matter. His work on vacuum energy suggests that space is not empty, but filled with an immense density of energy, a concept that, if proven, could revolutionize our understanding of the universe. Haramein's ideas have sparked both excitement and controversy, attracting a following of those who resonate with his vision of a connected, conscious universe. Triadic analysis of correspondence and interdependencies between Haramein's theories and other approaches, postulating a broad underlying fundamental net of reality, helps to demonstrate where these theories offer the most compelling explanations. If we consider Haramein's theories, the ether, and morphic resonance as different perspectives on field-type interactions, akin to gravity and electricity but governed by other logical relationships between their parts, then we can conceptualize them as distinct yet interconnected frameworks. Each represents a unique aspect of how information, energy, and structure manifest in the universe, all linked by the idea of fields and their interactions. Nassim Haramein's theories, when viewed through the lens of interconnected field interactions, offer a profound narrative on the nature of reality. By comparing his ideas with concepts like the ether and morphic resonance, we can craft a more comprehensive understanding of how the universe operates as a unified, dynamic system. This exploration reveals a cosmos where energy, information, and consciousness are deeply intertwined, each influencing and shaping the other within a vast, interconnected web of fields. In Haramein's framework, the vacuum of space is far from empty. It is a seething sea of energy and potential, the very source from which all matter and forces arise. This concept resonates with the ancient idea of the ether, a subtle and all-encompassing field that permeates every corner of the universe, serving as the medium through which all interactions occur. Rupert Sheldrake's theory of morphic fields further enriches this view, proposing that there are invisible fields that shape and organize the forms and behaviors of living systems. These fields, according to Sheldrake, resonate with patterns from the past, guiding the development of organisms and maintaining the coherence of ecosystems. Here, we see a triadic relationship where each element, ether, morphic fields, and vacuum structure, plays a critical role in the manifestation of reality. Ether acts as the foundational field, an omnipresent medium through which morphic fields operate. These morphic fields, in turn, interact with the dynamic structure of the vacuum, drawing upon its immense energy to influence the forms and behaviors of living systems. The vacuum structure, with its organized and energetic substrate, provides the basis for the ether to exist, and it is within this structured vacuum that morphic fields find the energy to resonate and perpetuate patterns across time. This triadic relationship suggests a universe where patterns of existence are continuously shaped and reshaped by the interaction of these fundamental fields. The vacuum, far from being an empty void, is a fertile ground for the emergence of complex structures and behaviors, all mediated through the subtle interplay of ether and morphic resonance. Central to Haramein's theory is the idea that different fields, whether gravitational, electromagnetic, or morphic, interact in ways that shape the universe's structure and behavior. These interactions are governed by principles of resonance, where certain patterns or frequencies are amplified, leading to the stabilization of specific forms and the coherent transmission of information. In this framework, field interactions govern the flow and transformation of information. As fields interact, they create conditions where certain resonances occur, stabilizing and amplifying particular patterns. Resonance acts as the mechanism that ensures information is coherently transmitted and maintained across different scales and systems. The relationship among these elements can be seen like this. Field interactions create the conditions necessary for resonance to occur, allowing specific frequencies and patterns to be amplified. Resonance, in turn, is the process by which information within fields is stabilized and coherently transmitted, ensuring that patterns are maintained and perpetuated. Information itself is the content that is shaped, modulated, and propagated through these interactions and resonances, forming the basis for the organization and structure we observe in the universe. This triad illustrates a dynamic process where fields interact to create resonances that stabilize and transmit information, leading to the emergence of complex structures and behaviors. The universe, in this view, is a vast informational network where patterns are continuously formed, transmitted, and transformed through the interaction of fields. Haramein's theories also delve into the nature of energy as the driving force behind the formation of structure within the universe. Energy flows through fields, creating organized patterns and structures as it interacts with the elements within those fields. This dynamic interplay leads to the process of emergence, where complex systems and patterns arise out of simpler interactions. The relationship between these elements can be understood through their interactions. Energy is the active force that flows through fields, driving the formation of structure as it organizes and arranges the elements within a field. Structure emerges as a result of the dynamic interplay of energy within fields, leading to the spontaneous formation of complex patterns. Emergence is the process by which new properties, behaviors, and systems arise from the interaction of energy and structure within fields. This triadic relationship highlights the idea that the universe is a self-organizing system where energy, flowing through fields, gives rise to structure and complexity. The process of emergence is not a random occurrence, but a natural consequence of the interaction of energy and structure within the vast, interconnected web of fields that make up the cosmos. A particularly intriguing aspect of Haramein's theories is the role of consciousness in interacting with and influencing fields. Consciousness, in this view, is not merely a passive observer, but an active participant in the universe's unfolding. Fields serve as the underlying frameworks through which consciousness perceives and interacts with reality, while perception is the process by which consciousness interprets and responds to the information and patterns contained within these fields. These elements work together like this. Consciousness interacts with fields through perception, interpreting the patterns and information within the fields, and possibly influencing them through intention or observation. Fields provide the medium through which consciousness perceives reality, shaping the nature and quality of perception. Perception is the means by which consciousness engages with fields, allowing for the recognition, interpretation, and manipulation of the information they carry. This triad suggests that consciousness plays a crucial role in shaping the reality it perceives. Through its interaction with fields, consciousness influences the patterns and information within those fields. creating a feedback loop where perception shapes reality and reality, in turn, shapes perception. Underlying all of Haramein's theories is the notion of unity, the idea that all fields and interactions are fundamentally interconnected, forming a single, unified whole. Within this unified field, differentiation occurs, giving rise to distinct fields, forces, and structures. The interaction between these differentiated fields is what leads to the complex behaviors and structures observed in the universe. The relationship among these elements can be articulated as follows. Unity provides the foundational context from which differentiation arises, allowing for the creation of distinct fields and interactions. Differentiation within the unified field gives rise to various interactions, each contributing to the complexity of the universe. Interaction between differentiated fields reflects and reaffirms the underlying unity of all phenomena, suggesting that the diversity of the universe is a manifestation of a deeper, fundamental interconnectedness. This triad encapsulates the idea that the universe, in all its complexity and diversity, is ultimately a manifestation of a single, unified field. Differentiation and interaction are the processes by which this unity expresses itself, creating the rich tapestry of phenomena we observe in the cosmos. Haramein's theories, when viewed through the lens of interconnected field interactions, offer a deeply holistic view on the nature of reality. By integrating ideas from the ether, morphic fields, and vacuum structure, we can conceptualize the universe as a dynamic, self-organizing system where energy, information, and consciousness are intimately connected. Each element of the cosmos, from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy, is part of a vast, interconnected web of fields, constantly interacting, resonating, and evolving. This perspective not only challenges conventional views of physics, but also invites us to explore new paradigms where consciousness, perception, and intention play a fundamental role in shaping the universe. In this vision, the universe is not a cold, mechanistic machine, but a living, evolving organism, guided by the harmonious interplay of fields, energy, and information, all unified by the underlying fabric of reality.
In the void where silence reigned, a pulse began. The stars were framed. Ether's whisper, ancient, old, the fabric of the cosmos, bold. Through the depths of space it weaves, a lattice where all matter breathes, fields unseen yet ever near, morphic echoes we revere. In the dance of fields the cosmos sings resonance of everything, from the smallest spark to galaxy's grace, all connected in this space. Energy flows, structures rise, in the vacuum where all lies, conscious thought and stars aligned, in the tapestry intertwined. From the void the structure grew, vacuums dance in patterns true, energy through fields entwined, in each motion life defined. Differentiation, unity's kin, gave birth to all, without, within, interaction sparked the light of every star in endless night. Conscious minds, they see the threads. In the fields where time is bled, perception weaves the fabric tight, shaping worlds in endless flight. Reality, a mirror's gleam, where thought and space are one, it seems, in every mind the cosmos lives, as perception takes and gives. As the stars in silence spin, within us all the song begins. In every pulse the universe, a symphony both grand and terse. Beyond the edges of the known, into the fields where seeds are sown, the tapestry will always grow, in the cosmic wind we flow.
In the quiet of your mind, where shadows softly creep, lives one who walks in dreams, though he believes he's deep. Man lives his life in sleep, Gurdjieff wisely spoke. Awake, remember self before the spirit chokes. Here the clock has lost its voice, time is but a game. With each breath you carve your path, free from guilt and shame. Engaged in every breath we take, in stillness pure and bright, the world becomes a playground vast, where day melts into night. We rise not as lone whispers, lost in the winds of fate, but as voices of a forest deep, where roots and branches mate. We come out of this world, in unity we grow, the leaf and tree are one, in this truth we know. Awareness sparks the present flame, where time's illusions break, and in that glow the veil lifts high, revealing what's at stake. For unity is born of this, when all is seen as one, a circle whole where night and day unite beneath the sun.
In the vast landscape of spiritual and philosophical teachings,
Few figures stand as enigmatically influential as George Ivanovich Gurdjieff and Thoth, the ancient Egyptian deity of wisdom. Though separated by millennia and cultural divides, both have left indelible marks on the understanding of the human condition and the mysteries of the universe. Gurdjieff, born in the late 19th century, was a mystic, philosopher, and spiritual teacher whose ideas challenged the conventional wisdom of his time. He introduced what is known as the Fourth Way, a path that integrates physical, emotional, and intellectual development into a unified approach to spiritual growth. Gurdjieff's teachings emphasize the need for self-awareness, objective understanding, and the harmonization of one's inner faculties, offering a comprehensive method for personal transformation. Central to his philosophy is the law of three, a principle that describes the interaction of three fundamental forces, active, passive, and neutralizing, that are necessary for the creation of anything new. Gurdjieff's insights into these dynamics offer profound wisdom on how to navigate the complexities of existence. Thoth, on the other hand, is a deity revered in ancient Egyptian mythology, known as the god of wisdom, writing, and magic. Often depicted as a scribe with the head of an ibis, Thoth was considered the mediator of the gods and the keeper of cosmic order, closely associated with the principle of Maat, which represents truth, balance, and justice. Thoth's influence extends into the Hermetic tradition, where he is credited as the author of the Emerald Tablet and other esoteric texts, emphasizing the maxim, "Know thyself," as a key to unlocking divine understanding. Thoth's teachings, deeply rooted in the harmony of cosmic forces, offer timeless guidance on how to live in accordance with the universal laws that govern both the physical and spiritual realms. Examining the teachings of Gurdjieff and Thoth side by side, we delve into three specific triads that highlight the interrelated influences within Gurdjieff's and Thoth's teachings: the law of three and the trinary principle, self-remembering and the Hermetic maxim, "Know thyself," and the fourth way's path of balance. Through these triads, we will explore how the forces of creation, the pursuit of self-knowledge, and the integration of physical, emotional, and intellectual growth are harmonized in their respective systems, offering a cohesive vision of personal and cosmic harmony. In the rich tapestry of mystical and philosophical thought, the concept of the law of three, or the trinary principle, presents itself as a fundamental understanding of how forces interact to create and sustain the universe. This principle, articulated by the mystic Gurdjieff and resonating with the ancient wisdom of Thoth, offers a framework for understanding the dynamics of creation, resistance, and reconciliation. Gurdjieff teaches that the active force is the driving energy behind any action or phenomenon. It is the initial spark, the creative impulse that sets things into motion. As he succinctly states, in everything that exists, there is a first force which initiates the creative force. Without this force, nothing can begin. This idea echoes across time, finding a kindred expression in the figure of Thoth, the ancient Egyptian god of wisdom. Thoth, often associated with the act of creation through speech, embodies this active force. His role as the divine scribe, who initiates the process of creation by naming and recording, illustrates the power of the spoken word as the beginning of all things. The wisdom attributed to Thoth declares, "By the word of the Creator all things are made," underscoring the active force of creation in the universe. Opposing the active force is the passive force which, rather than negating, complements and defines the action by providing necessary resistance. Gurdjieff highlights this interplay by stating, "Every action encounters resistance. Without it, the action would not be defined." This resistance is not a hindrance, but a vital element that shapes and limits, giving form and structure to the active force. Thoth's connection to Maat, the principle of cosmic order, embodies this passive force. Maat represents the balance and order that resist the chaos inherent in pure creation. As expressed in ancient wisdom, Maat is the feather against which the heart is weighed, symbolizing the resistance to imbalance and disorder, the essential counterbalance to the creative force. The third element in this triad is the neutralizing force, the reconciler that allows the active and passive forces to interact harmoniously and produce a result. Gurdjieff asserts, the third force is what resolves the conflict between the first two. Without it, there would be no synthesis, no result. This force is crucial, for without it, creation would remain incomplete, locked in a struggle between opposing forces. Thoth, often depicted as a mediator, perfectly embodies this neutralizing force. His role in maintaining cosmic order, balancing the scales between chaos and order, highlights the importance of this reconciler. Thoth's attributed words, "I balance the scales, ensuring harmony between chaos and order," reflect his function as the force that allows for the synthesis of opposing elements, bringing forth harmony and creation. In this triad, the dynamic interplay between the active, passive and neutralizing forces illustrates the fundamental process by which all things come into being. It is a dance of forces, each essential, each interdependent, creating the fabric of existence. The journey towards self-realization, a theme central to many spiritual traditions, is often encapsulated in the directive to know thyself. Both Gurdjieff's practice of self-remembering and the Hermetic maxim emphasize the importance of self-awareness, objective understanding and inner alignment as the foundation for personal growth and spiritual enlightenment. Gurdjieff emphasizes that the first step in the path to higher consciousness is self-awareness, a process he calls self-remembering. He explains, man's greatest obstacle to self-realization is forgetting oneself. To remember oneself is to awaken to the truth of one's existence. This self-awareness is not merely intellectual, but involves a deep, experiential recognition of one's being. Thoth, in the Hermetic tradition, similarly underscores the importance of self-awareness. The ancient maxim, know thyself, reflects this principle, suggesting that through deep self-knowledge one can access divine understanding. As a Hermetic text might put it, to know oneself is to know the divine, for within lies the spark of the Creator. This awareness is foundational in the pursuit of wisdom and spiritual enlightenment. Building on self-awareness, Gurdjieff teaches that true understanding comes from seeing the world objectively, free from the distortions of personal bias. He says, the more one remembers oneself, the more one sees the world objectively, as it is, not as one imagines it to be. This objective view is crucial for personal growth, allowing one to navigate life with clarity and wisdom. Thoth, as the embodiment of wisdom, represents this objective understanding. In the Hermetic tradition, true wisdom is seen as seeing things as they are, unclouded by illusion. This clarity of perception, free from the distortions of ego and emotion, is necessary for attaining genuine knowledge and wisdom. The culmination of self-awareness and objective understanding is the alignment of one's inner faculties, physical, emotional, and intellectual. Gurdjieff emphasizes that this alignment is essential for achieving harmony within oneself and with the greater cosmic order. He asserts, when man aligns his centers, he harmonizes with the cosmic order, achieving true unity within himself. Thoth, with his connection to Ma'at, also highlights the importance of inner alignment. Living in accordance with Ma'at means achieving harmony within oneself, reflecting the balance and order of the cosmos. As expressed in ancient wisdom, in balance one finds truth, in truth one finds balance. This suggests that inner harmony is both the cause and effect of living in alignment with cosmic principles. This triad reveals that the path to self-realization involves a continuous interplay between self-awareness, objective understanding, and inner alignment. These three elements are not isolated steps, but interwoven aspects of the same process, each reinforcing and deepening the other. The concept of balance, particularly in the context of spiritual development, is a recurring theme in many esoteric traditions. Gurdjieff's fourth way, a path that integrates physical, emotional, and intellectual development, mirrors the ancient teachings of Thoth, which emphasize the importance of harmony and alignment in personal growth. Gurdjieff's fourth way teaches that physical development is a necessary aspect of spiritual growth, but must be balanced with emotional and intellectual development. He explains, the body is a vessel, its discipline is necessary, but it must serve the development of the whole being. This perspective underscores the idea that physical health and discipline are essential, not as ends in themselves, but as means to support the higher development of the self. Thoth's teachings, particularly through the principle of Ma'at, suggest that physical development should be in harmony with spiritual laws. An Egyptian saying reflects this wisdom: strength of body must be matched by strength of spirit. This emphasizes that physical discipline is part of a balanced life, necessary for the full expression of one's spiritual and emotional potential. In the fourth way, emotional development involves refining and controlling one's emotions to avoid being dominated by them. Gurdjieff notes, emotions are energy. If not harnessed, they can lead one astray. They must be balanced and directed towards higher aims. This teaching highlights the importance of emotional regulation as a means of channeling energy towards spiritual growth rather than being consumed by it. Thoth's wisdom similarly includes the regulation of emotions as part of living in accordance with Mart. The Hermetic perspective might express this as control over the heart leads to control over one's destiny. This suggests that emotional stability is crucial for maintaining balance and direction in life, guiding one towards their true purpose. Intellectual development, while crucial, must not be pursued in isolation, according to Gurdjieff. He warns, knowledge without being leads nowhere. Intellectual growth must be balanced with emotional and physical development. This teaching emphasizes the importance of integrating intellectual knowledge with emotional wisdom and physical discipline. Thoth, as the god of wisdom and knowledge, represents the importance of intellectual development in alignment with truth. A related teaching could be, seek knowledge, but let it guide you to wisdom. This suggests that intellectual growth is valuable when it leads to a deeper understanding and alignment with higher spiritual principles. This triad demonstrates that the path of balance involves a holistic approach to development, where physical, emotional, and intellectual growth are integrated and harmonized. Each aspect supports the others, creating a balanced and unified self, capable of higher spiritual realization. The exploration of the teachings of Gurdjieff and Thoth offers profound insights into the fundamental principles that govern both the cosmos and the inner life of the individual. By examining these teachings through the triads of the law of three, self-remembering, and the path of balance, we uncover a rich tapestry of wisdom that speaks to the interconnectedness of all things and the importance of harmony in the process of creation and personal development. The law of three and the trinary principle reveal the dynamic interplay of forces that shape our world. Gurdjieff's articulation of the active, passive, and neutralizing forces echoed in the ancient wisdom of Thoth teaches us that creation is not a linear process, but a dance of opposing and reconciling energies. This understanding encourages us to see beyond dualities and recognize the necessity of each force in bringing forth something new. It reminds us that in every aspect of life, whether in our personal growth, our interactions with others, or our creative endeavors, these three forces are at work, and by understanding their roles, we can better navigate the complexities of existence. Self-remembering and the Hermetic maxim, know thyself, highlight the importance of self-awareness, objective understanding, and inner alignment in the pursuit of higher consciousness. Both Gurdjieff and Thoth emphasize that knowing oneself is the key to unlocking deeper truths about the universe. This lesson encourages us to cultivate a deep awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and actions, seeing them not in isolation, but as interconnected aspects of our being. By striving for objective understanding and aligning our inner faculties, we create a harmonious state within ourselves that resonates with the cosmic order, leading to personal transformation and enlightenment. The fourth way's path of balance, mirrored in Thoth's teachings on harmony and Mart, underscores the necessity of integrating physical, emotional, and intellectual development. Gurdjieff's insistence on the balance of these aspects reminds us that true growth is holistic. It involves the discipline of the body, the refinement of emotions, and the cultivation of the mind. Thoth's teachings further emphasize that this balance must be in alignment with universal principles, suggesting that our development is not merely a personal endeavor, but part of a larger cosmic process. This understanding invites us to approach our growth with a sense of responsibility and reverence, recognizing that our individual journey is intertwined with the broader flow of the universe. In synthesizing these teachings, we see a common thread that runs through both Gurdjieff's and Thoth's philosophies: the importance of balance, harmony, and the interplay of forces in achieving a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world. Their teachings encourage us to embrace the complexities of existence, to seek out the hidden connections between seemingly disparate elements, and to strive for a state of inner and outer equilibrium. By applying these principles to our lives, we not only align ourselves with the cosmic order, but also unlock our potential for growth, creativity, and spiritual fulfillment. Thus, the lessons drawn from the triads of the law of three, self-remembering, and the path of balance offer us a roadmap for navigating the challenges of life with wisdom and clarity. They remind us that true knowledge is not static, but dynamic, born of the interaction of forces, the pursuit of self-awareness, and the integration of all aspects of our being. In embracing these insights, we move closer to realizing our full potential. Both as individuals and as participants
in the grand, interconnected dance of the universe.
The light before form, a whisper of stars, a pulse in the void where silence meets spark. It dances through shadows, it beckons the night, the first breath of cosmos, the birth of all sight. In the web of the heavens, where patterns arise, the logos of wisdom, a map of the skies. It etches the pathways, the laws that unfold, from chaos to order, from dust into gold. Life's whisper, a calling, in the stillness of space, the heart of the atom, the soul in its chase. It seeks out the balance, it yearns to be whole, the purpose of being, the universe's goal. Light fuels the story, logos pens the script, life breathes in meaning, a circle untripped. They dance in a cycle, they rise and they fall, the weave of existence, the thread of it all.
In the silence where the void began, three forces moved, a cosmic plan. Active spark and passive night, in the neutral flow, creation's light. Ether whispers, threads entwine, in the triad the stars align. Morphic fields and cosmic breath, weaving life through time and death. From the void the patterns grew, in each motion we see through. Differentiation yet we blend, in this dance we transcend. In the dance of fields the cosmos sings, threefold force in everything. From the smallest spark to galaxy's grace, all connected in this space. Energy flows, structures rise, in the vacuum where all lies. Conscious thought and stars align. In this triad we define. Through the cosmic flow we stride, with the triad as our guide. Body, heart, and mind align. In this balance light we find. Beyond the known, where forces play, the triad's truth will lead the way. In the balance of the cosmic flow we find our place and onward go. So